I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday, and happy and healthy New Year to you and your families, and thank you so much for joining us today. On behalf of Rock Nation, Miguel Cotto Promotions, Dallas Cowboys Organization, and HBO, we appreciate your time this afternoon. This is going to be a little bit less formal, and after I make some opening remarks, we'll have our fighters make a couple of comments, and then we'll open it up for questions. But let me first say a couple of things. Number one, as you know, on February 25th at the Ford Center at the Star, we will witness the big return of boxing legend Miguel Cotto. This will be the first pay-per-view fight of the year. Let me also note that this will be Miguel Cotto's 10th pay-per-view fight of his career. I know there's been some stories and comments out in the market pre-holiday regarding the pay-per-view status of this fight. Let me say a couple of things, and I want to address that. Number one, Miguel Cotto has been a pay-per-view fighter for a long time. As I mentioned earlier, this will be his 10th fight. He is a pay-per-view fighter. This fight belongs on pay-per-view. Let me also say that we've priced this fight very attractively, $49.95. We listened to consumers. We heard what they wanted to see. HBO heard what they wanted to see, and that's why we've priced it again at a very attractive $49.95, which is a great value proposition when you think about what this fight is going to be. Action-packed, and probably will end up in a knockout. So people who buy this fight for $49.95 can anticipate lots of action, hard punching, and probably a knockout. And that's what people want to see, and that's what they're willing to invest their money in, as long as they're confident that they're going to get it. James Kirkland, an aggressive and lethal opponent. The perfect opponent for Miguel Cotto. From the opening bell, again, you're going to see action. That's what this fight is all about. It's going to be a brawl. For as long as it lasts, it's going to be a brawl. And whoever wins this fight will move on to a huge fight in 2017. So there's a lot at stake here. There's a lot at stake. As I mentioned earlier, it's all about entertainment, and it's all about value proposition. We know that people want to see this fight. The local marketplace is telling us that. We have sold over 50% of our tickets during the holidays. Now, typically, as you know, people don't usually buy tickets during the holiday, but we've got a great partner in Jerry Jones and the Cowboys who have been really promoting this fight very aggressively. And we've sold over 50% of the inventory during the holidays, with 7 weeks to go. So people are telling us they want to see this fight. They want to see this brawl. They want to see this action. We're also going to have a very talented undercard. And we hope to announce that undercard within the next week. So from top to bottom, you're going to have an incredible event with great fights, and the undercard will only add to the value proposition for the price of $49.95. As I also mentioned earlier, this is a setup fight. All right, this is a setup fight. Whoever's victorious moves on to a big fight in 2017. So again, lots at stake. So the stage is set for the first pay-per-view fight of 2017, an action-packed fight a fight that's going to be a brawl, a fight that's going to provide incredible entertainment, and a fight that people want to see. Now, James, any comments?
You know, one thing I could say, you're right, it's definitely going to be an action-packed fight. One of the fights to come to support your fighter. And I'm definitely willing to put on a great performance against an icon legend as Miguel Cotto.
Thank you. And Miguel?
Thank you, Michael. I will do my best as always in LA with Freddie Roach commanding our troop. And all we need is let the time pass and be ready for February 25th.
So you've heard from the fighters, you've heard our setup. We'll open it for questions now.
What sort of level of opposition do you see Kirkland as being, and does it make a lot of a difference that he's going to have Ann Wolf in his corner?
The one who can set is going to be different on his corner with Ann. He's himself. I don't know anything about it. James, he's a tough fighter. He's a tough boxer, and I know he's going to come on February 25th with the victory in his mind, and I'm going to work with that too.
You've been off for a year. Any concern about rust heading into this fight?
That's why we are going to start camp today with Freddie to let all those things on the pass and looking forward to the fight.
What happened last year? Why didn't you fight at all last year? What can you say about it?
We decided to rest, have time with the family, and we're back now.
I agree that $49.95 is a good price, but isn't that a little misleading when you're going to spend money on a pay-per-view, you're going to want to watch it in HD? It's going to be $10 more, isn't that correct?
I'll let Peter Nelson from HBO answer that question.
Yeah, so look, pay-per-view is a democratic process, and fans can decide how they want to watch the fight. They can decide if they want to watch the fight. Ultimately, what you see is that the original pay-per-view is whether or not fans are buying tickets for a fight. And as Michael has just laid out, that's already happening. You're already seeing momentum because people know that this is an incredibly high-quality pick-em match between Cotto and Kirkland. And that's what people show up to buy and what people want to see.
There is a belief out there that pay-per-view model is dying in general. And then when you put fights on there that kind of marginalizes and shrinks the fan base. Do you think that's true?
Is that a question for Freddie Roach?
Whoever wants to field it.
I mean, look, obviously if there's going to be too many pay-per-views, whatever that means for people in terms of their pocketbook, that can become a problem. And I give Rock Nation and Jerry Jones and these two fighters credit for wanting to get out in front of the marketplace. Some of the fights that people talk about on being pay-per-view fights end up never coming together. We see this in boxing every single year. The key is who can actually get the fights done that fans want to see. And that's at the core of whether or not people are going to show up. And to Rock Nation and Jerry's credit and the fighters again, you know, they got the job done here.
How you doing, guys? This is Barack from thisis50.com. Miguel, I don't know, am I the only one in the room that thought that this was going to be your last fight?
2017 is going to be my last year in boxing.
Okay.
We'll see what happens next.
And I commend you on your opponent. I think that's a great fight.
It's going to be a great fight. I know that James always comes with a warrior attitude.
Yes.
Come forward to bring a fight for all the fans. I'm going to go with the same.
And to James, do you feel like this is a crossroads fight for you?
I definitely feel this is a step going in an upward direction. You know, I'm definitely facing, like I say, Miguel Cotto, somebody that's been putting on the sport of boxing for a long time, and I'm definitely feeling like this is a great opportunity for me to bounce back from after taking a loss. So I'm definitely back with like my personal trainer, back with the hard work, you know what I mean? So I'm definitely willing to give my fans and give the people that steady follows Kirkland a great performance.
Thank you.
Your trainer, why is it so different when she trains and has more successes versus other people?
I feel it's a lot different dealing with Ann because, like they say the saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, so dealing with Ann, we have a certain trust factor with each other when it comes to the training, the techniques and things that we do to prepare for any fight. So at this momentum, this type of fight, bringing someone who knows me from the beginning back into the fight game and back to training. Kirkland is just it's overwhelming on both ends of the stick. You know, when it comes down to training, you think that you may not be able to push any further, and she's that person that'll say, "Get your ass to work." You know, we were just the beginning. So she's definitely saying. A mother, not saying so much as a mother figure, but it's a person that you feel in this atmosphere in the boxing game that can push Kirkland to his ultimate limits, or past his limitations.
Miguel, after so many years of fighting, when you step in the ring, what's in it for you? What's in it for you at this point? Fought so many fights.
I want to, as I mentioned before, this is the last year of my career, and I want to finish and end my career in the best way possible. That's why we decided to face James.
Tough fight.
I know.
Why is this your last year? Why did you decide to hang up after this year?
I've been involved in boxing since I was 11. I have 4 kids. I've been away from them a lot of part of their lives, and I want to be with them. You know, I want to be 100% father.
Miguel, when you were away from the sport last year and you spent all the time with your family, did you consider not coming back? I mean, or did you think you would fight again the whole time?
No, never was that on my mind. You know, I knew that I want to come back, and this is the right moment to do it.
How many fights do you want to have this year?
2, 3. We'll see.
Miguel, ¿nos puede decir en español un poco de esta pelea y también el por qué decidiste que este será tu último año?
Bueno, esto es una pelea fuerte para nosotros. Enfrentamos un oponente en James Kirkland que es fuerte, un oponente que viene a pelear. Nosotros estaremos preparados para ello, y este es mi último año porque después de tantos años en el boxeo, pues ya es tiempo de moverse a hacer otras cosas.
Miguel, una más en español, por favor. La pregunta es si esta pelea definitivamente, como lo planteas, es básicamente el punto de inflexión para o una gran pelea ante otro rival o irte del box.
Esto será una pelea más, como han sido todas en mi carrera, y veremos a ver qué viene después de esta gran victoria que tendremos el próximo 25 de febrero.
Who do you want to face to finish your career? Is there someone out there that's on your mind that you want to have your
I'm
final?
always looking for the best name out there, and we have to wait and see who's there.
But there's nobody out there right now that you're
No,
focusing on?
you can ask Fred.
Fred.
Who, Freddie?
Well, you know, I always thought with us together, Mayweather would be a great fight. But, you know, he's retired right now, but that could change. And, you know, our last fight was I thought, a controversial decision, and I thought we won that fight. But there's a couple good fights out there for us.
Yeah, Freddie, how does Miguel actually look? You know, is there anything in his training right now, knowing him his whole career, that tells you that Miguel is ready to actually become champion again in the near future, since this is his last year?
Well, today will be our first day of training together, and I do miss him. I miss his hard work. He's great in the gym, and the thing is, I'll be able to give you a better answer tomorrow. We will train today, and I will push him as usual. And
What difficulties do you think he'll face right now after 45 fights, a lot of wars going without seeing him? What difficulties do you know off the bat that he will face?
well, you know, we're in there against a bigger opponent by fight time. He'll be a lot bigger, I feel. And you know, the thing is, we just have to box and be smart, and that's what we've been doing in the last couple of years, and it's been very successful. And you know, again, we're looking for the biggest and best fight out there, and this is it right now, and that's what's in front of us. So we'll worry about Mayweather and the other guys later on.
Okay, thanks. J.R. Gamble with the Shadow League.
Miguel, it's very hard to say goodbye in boxing the way you want to. The end is not always, very often, not what you expect. Keep talking about this being your last year. Did you watch the Hopkins fight? What did you think about that?
I didn't saw it, but I'm not going to be here until my 51st birthday. It's too much for me. I have family. I am concerned of better things. Be father, 100% is the most important thing in my life, and being a grandfather is going to be great for me. You know, I'm a family man. First than a boxer, you know, and I want to be with my family. I know that I did a great career, a great fight, and it's time to do something else.
Just to follow up, I guess what I was saying is, it would be great if you had a win. I know James is hungry, because James, when he's with Ann, is always hungry. So it'd be great if you had a win and then, 2 or 3 more fights and you really ended. But it sounds like you're already kind of one leg out of the ring, one leg in. You're talking about, and that's great. Everyone should go back to their family with all their faculties, but you seem, to be honest, like a little calm and almost sort of already half retired. The public that's going to pay the money that thinks that maybe, what would you say to them? You play the
People already know what they can expect from Miguel Cotto. They are going to have the same until December 31st, 2017.
This is a question for Miguel or Mr. Yormark or Peter to your left. Why was this, and I apologize if somebody answered this at the beginning of the press conference, why Texas as opposed to New York City or Vegas or a different venue?
So, good question. When we looked at venues that could make sense, obviously you've got the NBA and the NHL schedules to work around. And so we started to think out of the box a little bit. We've got a great relationship with Jerry Jones and the Cowboys organization through our client Des Bryant. We knew that Jerry was looking for a high-profile event to bring the first public event to the Star. And he's got an incredible passion for boxing. We saw the success that he had promoting, with Oscar De La Hoya, the Canelo fight that took place at the AT&T Stadium. And so we sat down with Jerry and his team, and we said, hey, listen, would you be interested in doing this fight? And he said, absolutely. Let's not forget, also that, the Cowboys have the largest Hispanic following in the National Football League. We know that's going to help us sell tickets. It already has. Jerry Jones is clearly one of the great promoters in the world. Whether it's the Cowboys or any event that he brings in any of his venues, he's the best of the best. And his marketing team is second to none. So when you add all of that together, you've got a great combination, a no-lose combination. And then you've got a great action-packed fight. So this was the right venue, at the right time, in the right market, with the right partner.
A lot of people were trying to write Miguel off after the Trout fight, and obviously he had a lot left. How much, were you surprised by that? And how much do you think he has left at this point?
He has a lot left. If he didn't have a lot left, I wouldn't be here. And he's great in the gym. He's always in shape. He keeps himself close to weight all the time at this point of his life, and we learn along the way. And he's tremendous. I mean, he's great in the gym. He works hard, and if he didn't look so good in the gym and so forth, I wouldn't let him fight. I mean, I care that much about him, and the thing is, he'll be 100% ready for this fight, and if he's not 100% ready, it won't happen.
Question for Miguel. The Canelo fight was very close. Is that a rematch you want?
I'm here for the best fight, the best fighters out there, and if they want the fight, if they want the rematch to clear what happened on last November 21st, 2015, they know where and how they can make it.
How did you feel with it?
Excuse me?
How close did you feel it was?
It was close. We orchestrated the plan in the perfect way, and we believe that we were the winners of the fight.
Miguel, ¿quieres tú entonces pelear contra Canelo?
Yo peleo con el mejor nombre que esté afuera. Si ellos quieren la pelea, si quieren la revancha, saben dónde conseguirlos.
¿Lo consideras uno de los mejores?
Sería uno de los mejores nombres afuera, si no el mejor.
Miguel, can you translate that?
She asked me for if I want to face Canelo, and I asked them, and I answered them that we're here for the best name out there, and if they win the fight, they know how to make it.
Freddie, you don't want that fight against Canelo, or what you do? Is that what you're saying?
I love that fight.
Okay.
I think they owe us that, the Canelo camp. But I thought we won the first time. But we'll change things a little bit in the second one. But we'll look forward to that later on.
¿Has pensado en a qué te vas a dedicar después de este año, tu fundación tal vez?
The question was if I thinking about what am I going to do after boxing. Voy a dedicarme no digo a recobrar el tiempo perdido, porque es difícil recobrarlo, pero voy a vivir más de cerca a mi familia y veré qué otra cosa se puede hacer en Puerto Rico. I'm not going to recover the time left with my sons, but I'm going to try to be the best father that they can have in me.
Miguel, has traído un proyecto también de promover a jóvenes boxeadores. ¿Eso hace parte de tu agenda futura?
Sí, tenemos promociones, Miguel Cotto Promotion en Puerto Rico que brinda taller a los boxeadores puertorriqueños para devolverle un poco de lo que el boxeo me ha dado a los boxeadores y es una de las facetas que nos envolveremos. The question was that if Miguel Cotto Promotions is going to be on our mind too after the retirement, and the answer was yes. We are going to bring him back a little bit of what boxing give to the boxers.
I believe in my team, and just dealing with Ann and been training with Ann for so long, everything that she actually put me through, whether it's beat me down, wherever the situation may come with training with Ann, I feel like it was always worth it. So pushing it to that ultimate limit has never broke me down, never wear and teared my body. It just put me in a great position and for my performance.
Do you feel like you're being overlooked in a way?
Say it again.
Do you feel like you're being overlooked?
When it comes to this fight right here, I'm looking at Miguel Cotto. I can't speak what everybody else may say and what they may feel about Kirkland. I just have one agenda, one focus, and one mind frame. And this is for February the 25th.
Miguel,
You said in
buenas
the
tardes.
press conference that you didn't prepare properly for the Canelo fight. Can you elaborate on that and tell us what went wrong in that camp?
I never want to down talk or criticize the trainers that I actually worked with. They did a fantastic job, but a lot of things that I feel that if Ann Wolf was involved or played a part of that training camp, I felt like a lot of things would have been different. I feel that me and the trainers that I was actually working with, we didn't see eye to eye when it come to certain things. And it kind of had me off balance, not all the way precise on certain movements and adjustments, to the point you could say that it played a major part of my performance. But like I say, this is a new day, another fight, and I'm never looking past any opponent that I fight. I probably prepare myself for anybody that I step in the ring with, and I'm just well focused. Like I say, well focused, man, and thinking. Like I say, pay-per-view for the opportunity, and Miguel Cotto.
Backing off what he said, a lot of fighters have a preference when they're training of, like, some people like pad work, some people prefer sparring. What do you feel that, in your personal opinion, is better for you as a fighter? Do you prefer sparring, pad work, or technique? What do you like?
I like it all. I definitely like sparring is like my favorite. I mean, I love sparring. I like the adjust. I like the movement. I just like the energy and putting my hands on somebody is something I like doing. So that's it.
Miguel, por favor, buenas tardes. Cuando estás a la puerta del retiro, cuando has tenido 5 títulos mundiales, cuando has sido una leyenda para el boxeo puertorriqueño, boxeo latino, ¿cuál es tu sentimiento en este momento? ¿Cómo te sientes? ¿Te sientes feliz? ¿Tienes tristeza retirarte? ¿Tú crees que lograste todo lo que te propusiste o fuiste un poco más de lo que tú querías? ¿Cuál es tu sentimiento ahora en este momento cuando estamos a la puerta, como tú dices, en 2017, tu último año de tu brillante carrera?
Ryan, do something, translate there.
Okay, the question was, Miguel, if you accomplish everything that you propose in your career, and if you exceed your expectations as a boxer, how do you feel?
I'm feeling good. Si me siento bien, entiendo que este mi último año, pues debo cerrar mi carrera de la mejor manera posible. Así será, para ello trabajaré y como dije anteriormente, 2017 es el último año de Miguel Cotto y esperamos cerrarlo de la mejor manera. I'm feeling good. I'm going to do the same as always with Freddie. We are going to work hard for February 25th, and since today until February 25th, we are going to have James in mind. We are going to work for James, and we're going to be ready for James.
Do you think you have to hurt Miguel early in the fight to get his respect?
I definitely, like you said, I definitely had took some downfalls in boxing. If it's not well preparing myself, or it's not being what, not saying a particular person, but it's always a learning experience, and I learned from fighting. I learned from fighting Alvarez. I learned from fighting certain people that I made certain mistakes from. So I just take that error, I take those mistakes, and I build from it, and I try to learn. And I learned a lot of stuff from taking my defeats, and now it's a new opponent.
What's the biggest thing you learned?
Biggest thing I learned is move your goddamn head. You know what I mean? But in general, man, you just I'm actually more focused than ever. You know, I mean, this is somebody that's fought all the greats. You know, so I know that he has many tricks up his sleeve. He has a lot of different things that he prepares well for all his fights. So at the end of the day, man, you fight somebody that knows the sport, the ins and outs. So what's on my mind every time that I step in the ring, or I'm trying to prepare myself Miguel Cotto, what will he do? And what, how will he feel about certain things? And it's just basically trying to get in the head of Miguel Cotto at the same time when I'm training. So, you know, like I said, I'm well anxious for this opportunity, and I'm thankful for the opportunity, and I'm willing to put on a great performance.
But from a strategy standpoint, do you think it's important that you know, catch him with something big early? Because Miguel's really carried his power up, especially with Freddie. You know, he stopped Sergio Martinez and had a spectacular knockout of Daniel Buell. I wonder if you think it's important to just catch him with something big and show him that, you know, he's in for a fight.
We have to wait and see. You know, everything comes to the table, man, when it comes to facing somebody that knows the sport at this high level of boxing. So I take great gratitude for, like I say, for this opportunity, man, and I'm going to put on a great performance, great show. So I'm definitely going to give it my all. You know, this is one of the opportunities, and I'm willing to put everything on the table for this performance.
Thank you.
Hey James, I got a two-part question. Before this opportunity with Miguel Cotto, were you thinking about retirement? And also, let's say you win, what do you want? What do you want after that?
I wasn't never looking at retirement, you know, but definitely, like I say, I'm always trying to adjust. Always trying to, and boxing is one of those sports that you definitely have to have everything put on the table. You got to know the ins and outs of it. So when it comes to retiring, that wasn't even, what never came across my mind. If this opportunity presents itself, and I take a victory from this, from Miguel Cotto, you know, like I say, I'm just want to put on great performance. So a performance presents itself, and you know, I'm definitely available.
Right, where I'm from, you know, we want revenge, we want get back. So if you beat Miguel Cotto, do you want the redhead?
At the end of the day, I have to wait until after the fight, man. And if it presents itself again, I'm definitely want to take advantage of it. Thank you.
154 in the last year and a half. I'm wondering, James, do you watch some of these guys, some of these fights with these knockouts, and obviously it's hard to tell if you're not in the ring, but you've been in the ring with some powerful guys. You've got a knockdown by Angulo and come back. The knockouts we've seen at 154 in the last year, do you feel like you can take some of those guys, like, okay, I would have taken that punch and come back, or you look at some of that power and say, okay, that's legit? Because there's been a lot of power at 154, and you're a guy I would think knows about that just a little bit.
Well, I can't say that I really never watched boxing. It's pretty crazy. I do the sport, but really never watch other performances, other people fight, Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, things in those eras is what I actually will watch. But due to watching fighters and watching fights, and you know, you get to see certain type of adjustment mistakes, or seeing what the game presents for itself. But when I say about any other fighters, you know, like I say, a fight can look amazing when you see somebody else fighting that fight until you step in the ring, you know. So I really look at the fight and see certain type of adjustments and movements, but in general, a fight isn't a fight until you step in the ring with that opponent. So I'm always anxious for an opportunity.
You speak about adjustments a lot. You repeat it often. What do you mean when you say adjustments? Like in the fight, what do you mean by that?
Anything can take place. Say you get hit with a tremendous right hand, left hand, or a body shot. You definitely got to be able to know how to adjust to that. You know, you got to be able to know how to adjust to somebody if they're moving to the left or the right. Like I say, there's different strategy. Like it's different stroke with different folks. You know what I mean? But I definitely want to have the whole package coming in for Miguel Cotto.
So going against Cotto, what adjustments do you foresee you'll have to make?
You never know. You know what I'm saying? I can't call. I can't speak on what movements or what I think that he's gonna do in the fight, because anybody that he fights. He may not train the same way that he would train for a Kirkland. He may train extremely hard. He may want to press. He may want to box. He may want to back, but you never know what the game presents for itself. So, I want to be able to do it all. You know what I'm saying? And put on a great performance at the same time, and put my heart on the line for it.
James, why do you not watch boxing? You said you don't watch it.
Nah, honestly, I was always, when growing up, I was always telling myself, like, hey, I may see clips of fights, and I was like, oh man, that was awesome. And then I was like, a fighter is, you're not the same when you step in the ring with a different opponent. You know what I mean? If somebody may move different, you may say, oh, they got a lazy jab, and then you step in the ring with that opponent, got a fast jab. You know, it's just different when you fight a different person.
Are you a fan of boxing, or?
I love shit. I love boxing. Nah, don't get me wrong. I love boxing. Like I said, I've been boxing since I was 6 years old. You know what I mean? So I definitely love the sport. It's just that I feel like a fight is of the same if you're not in the ring with that opponent. You know what I mean? So when I watch a fight, I'm always loving the show because that's what I do. You know what I mean? So. At the end of the day, man, my true focus, watch a fight, if it's Miguel Cotto's or whoever the fight may be, and I learn from whatever their adjustments is, and calculate off of if they're making mistakes or certain movements, and go off of that, But now I just start really watching it and kind of get a kick at them, It's pretty good.
Miguel, when you look back,
I can't control in the way that people can say about Miguel Cotto, but the biggest reason that I'm here today is because of my family, because of my kids. I found in boxing the best way to bring in the best for my kids. I see myself some skills, some interest in boxing, and I explored it. Thankfully, I became a champion five times, and I brought to my kids the best future I could bring to them. That's the only people that I'm interested in what they said after I'm retired is my family, nobody else.
Miguel, ¿qué ha significado Freddie Roach para ti en tu carrera? Oh, what has he meant to you? What has Freddie Roach meant to him in his career?
Freddy, en un momento donde llegaron dos derrotas consecutivas, donde quise entender, quise ver que cuánto boxeo quedaba en mí. Freddy me hizo entender que quedaba mucho boxeo en mí, me hizo encarrilar las cosas como debía encarrilarlas, y hoy entiendo por qué ha sido una persona tan successful in boxing. Freddy ha sido una persona sumamente gladiadora, pese a su mal que carga hace 20 y tantos años. Él está allí día a día, es el primero que llega, el último que se va, y ese deseo de Freddy trabajar y brindar lo mejor de él hizo sacar lo mejor de mí en estos últimos años, y más que nada estoy agradecido por lo que Freddy ha hecho por mí.
Was a little long when it comes to Freddie. But a little resume is that coming back from 2 defeats, I'm back in 2012. I found in Freddie that guy who helped me to come back and believe in boxing, and the track about working together with him. It's a person that I admire a lot. I have a lot of respect for him, and it means a lot for me in my career. That was
Freddie, what are your thoughts on James Kirkland?
He's a very tough opponent. I think he'll be a little bit bigger than us going into the ring that night. And if you stay in the pocket too long, he's a big puncher, and he lets his hands go, and he always fights better with Ann Wolf in his corner, and he's doing everything possible to be the best in this fight, and we're going to do the same.
Do you feel Cotto has had in his past, like Margarito, Clottey, pressure fighters? He had difficulty with those type of fighters. Do you feel any difficulty he's going to bring similarities to that?
Well, he is a strong guy. He comes forward, and he will come at us, I feel, and I think we can outbox him, and I do plan on maybe taking him out in the late rounds, breaking him down. But we're going to start working on the game plan right away, and we'll have a good one.
Earlier with some stints with the law, how is a man today different?
Things that really don't want to answer this question, but things is just different because I'm back. Like I feel like I'm back with my team. I feel like a lot of things that I do to prepare for my fight makes that fight or that effort a lot more worth it. A lot more appreciated.
Final questions?
Answer.
Anyone else? Michael, do you want to close?
Hello. Again, I want to thank everybody for coming today. We appreciate your time. Just want to highlight a couple of things that you heard today. First and foremost, you got two great fighters up here that are going to put on an incredible show. Action-packed, brawl. It's going to be a tremendous, tremendous fight. We know people are excited about it. I mentioned earlier, ticket sales are doing much better than what we would have expected at this point. I mentioned earlier Miguel Cotto's history on pay-per-view. Again, there is absolutely no question this fight belongs on pay-per-view. Great price, great value. Anybody who buys this fight is going to see incredible entertainment. And for as long as the fight lasts, they're going to get their dollar's worth. I want to respond to one question, though, that I heard. You asked a question about pay-per-view. I think when you go back and you look at some of the big numbers that have been done over the last couple of years, Canelo, Pacquiao, Mayweather, everyone in this room have had certain expectations for pay-per-view. We may not see the million home pay-per-views moving forward. We may not. But that doesn't mean a fight can't be successful if it does a number lower than that. I think we need to do our own reset as it relates to why should a fight be on pay-per-view and what our expectations are. And the expectation for this fight isn't that it's going to do 500,000 homes or 1 million homes. And so I think that needs to guide us as it relates to whether or not the fight is worthy to be on pay-per-view or not. What people want to see is action. People are willing to pay for great entertainment at a great price. It all boils down to the value proposition. This fight has a great value proposition, $49.95. Two fighters that are going to create incredible entertainment for as long as the fight lasts. Okay? These guys are going to get into the ring, they're going to battle. They're going to throw punches. All right? Somebody's going to get knocked out. That's what people want to see. That's why this fight is pay-per-view worthy. Okay? So, you heard it from the fighters. You heard it from me. We're very, very excited about February 25th. We're very, very excited to have this fight on pay-per-view. We're very, very excited to partner with HBO. We're extraordinarily excited to partner with Jerry Jones and the Star and the Cowboys organization. And we look forward to seeing you there on fight night. Thank you so much.